weeknights at 7 on KLZ 560, The Source. The Source for the new Colorado Conservative. KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at 560thesource.com. This is the legendary KLZ Denver.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. James Fisher sitting in for Angel Tussey. James, thanks for being here, man.
Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Great. Very nice to have you. Hey, listen, in an industry, in a day and age when you got all kinds of personality and identity theft. I guess personality theft doesn't exist. Somebody stole mine a long time ago, maybe. But
or a number of them.
Right? Identity theft and so on. Our next guest is Deborah Anderson, part humanitarian and part financial industry technologist. Having served as a chief technology officer in the investment industry in L.A., uses her knowledge and expertise to strive to help educate the public and attempts to avoid schemes like Bernie Madoff made famous. Deborah, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, James. It's a privilege to be here.
Well, it is our privilege, absolutely. And let's just start right off the top of the bat. It is important for us as small business owners to be careful with our customers' information. Would you agree?
I definitely agree.
All right. Then what should we or should we not care about as far as the technology goes in the things that we care for our clients?
I think there's two parts of that, because you can look at it as far as the client data as a business owner and protecting that. And there's also the concern that I have is that it's not discussed very often. I don't see it discussed. I don't hear it discussed, and that is the concerns for the financial investments. So if you own a business and you're taking that surplus money, you're investing it, you're getting ready for retirement, you need to know if your money is protected. And I don't hear people talking about the technology that's behind the financial systems that's taking care of those investments.
Deborah, do we have a voice when it comes to how our financial investment information is being handled?
I believe you do. I don't know that the SEC is going to like the next comment, but I really, truly wish that they would hear kind of the outcry. Maybe I'm the only one crying it, but I'm out there to say that there is some concern. They need SEC auditors that can go in and audit the technology that handles the financial systems. There's so much that can be hidden, and there's so much that can be broken, and even the firm may not know that, and even the technologist may not know that, and hence the client would not know that. So you don't want another 9/11, God forbid, and also lose all your investments because the data is actually lost.
Deborah, this is James. I got a quick question for you.
Okay.
And if someone has $100,000 in a IRA and they own a business, and it's with some securities firm, can you give me an example of what you're talking about? Is there information available to other sources or other entities without us knowing it?
I haven't found a lot of information out there. I am writing my own book on this because I have I admit I'm a geek, okay?
That's okay. We can still be friends.
But I've also been told that I'm really interesting because I'm not just total geek where it's like, don't talk to me, I'm programming, which, hey, I love all the geeks out there and the programmers and those people that don't talk to people because they're busy developing programs that we all use on our smartphones and so forth. Mm-hmm. But I kind of bridge that gap as far as technologist and also humanitarian and dealing with people. And that's part of the reason that I stepped back from the management end of it in the industry to write a book to help the consumers, because I don't feel like the consumers actually know that there's anything to be concerned about. I think the view is technology either works or it doesn't work. It's either on, it's off.
Right, and it makes the headlines when some of the bigger companies lose tens of thousands, millions of our contact information and things like that, and it makes a big splash. But out of sight, out of mind, I would tend to agree. But I guess, Deborah, then what I'm asking is, let's just say I'm not an investor. Let's just say I don't have money in any other markets or anything like that. Why does this issue matter to me?
I think the mere fact that you would ask that, at least there's something in your mind that you would be maybe thinking about investments in the future. But this can also, I might be really tunnel vision thinking about investments in the financial systems and the technology behind that, but this can also apply to other industries as far as their technology. If I'm jumping a little bit ahead on here, but I think it's such a key question, I want to make sure that people can write this one down. But if you had to walk away with just one question to go ask your investment firm,
right.
It's actually a two-part question.
Well,
ask them.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. You say that we should think about it on a broader scale. And it's kind of where I started the interview was our customers' information. I have information from my customers. James, you do as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot.
Financials, in some cases, even more detailed information. And I think that there's probably a huge place for a gap or whatnot to cover protecting that customer information. Do you have systems in place to help us with that?
I have developed systems. I've actually rebuilt at 2 financial firms in Los Angeles the infrastructure for their IT from ground zero all the way up.
Wow.
But it depends on the client. Obviously, a mom and pop shop that maybe has 3 to 10 customers. 3 to 10 customers. We need a little bit of help.
Right.
3 to 10 employees is going to have a different system and maybe not have the same needs.
So you're actually, Deborah, we're talking about then online on the cloud CRM systems or something like that, whether it's Salesforce.com or whatever. Are you saying there's some vulnerability there for people to hack in and get customer information off of those type of systems?
I think, I don't want to start a scare.
Yeah.
I think in life there's always a vulnerability. I could get out of bed and stub my toe. There's always going to be risk, and it's a matter of what level of risk. My concern in the financial industry is the whole business continuity planning and disaster recovery, that if, God forbid, a building blow up, where is that data?
Right.
And
right.
it can be rebuilt, but at what loss? If you're right in the middle of trading and this is some big trade, your trade's down. Where's that money? Did it go? Did it stay?
Well, it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong. You are the expert, and I'm a dabbler at best. But it's my understanding that the Department of Redundancy Department is alive and well in many institutions that handle financials, so that when you're in the middle of that trade, but it's not necessarily located strictly in the building. It might be also redundified. How about that word?
I love that word. That's great.
In New York City or whatnot. Am I incorrect in that assumption?
That would be a great ideal to live by. Yes, that would be wonderful. But that's the key issue there.
Did you hear what she didn't say?
Firm.
Yeah, she did.
Well, all right, Deborah Anderson, give us some contact information, because I'm sure that this is an intriguing conversation for our listeners who might want to know more and get to know you and the book that you're writing. How can we reach out to you?
The easiest way is on my website. It's a little baby new website that I'm just starting to put some articles that will be in the book, and that is techaudit.com, and there's a hyphen, so it's TECH-audit.com.
All right, tech-audit.com. How about a phone number?
310-359-5390.
310-359-5390. And Deborah, let's go with our last minute here with, do you have a parting thought, something that will help us to, as consumers, to make sure that we're covered?
Yes. If you have investments, especially if it's with a niche firm, contact your advisor and say just a nice, friendly chat over coffee, and you'd like to talk to their technologist, and ask about their disaster recovery planning, testing, and the results of that test.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Deborah Anderson, thank you so very much. We appreciate you for adding value to our listeners today.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me.
All right. You are listening to the most positive business talk show in America. And when we return, we are going to talk about a niche market and how that can actually save you. We'll be right back on the most positive business talk show in America.